Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to watch football, not get married. What are we doing here?
I've gotten a lot of baby powder. People are like, man, what you getting out of baby powder for? I think I'm going to have to smack the hell out of a lot of people this year. I just can feel it.
Hold on. The only thing you should be getting married to in the fall is football.
That's right, y'all. It's no weddings in the fall. Apparently, my internet's lagging a little bit. It's the show that rekindles your love back to football. We are back for Wednesday night. We got a lot of college playoffs coming up. The NFL season's coming to an end. So we got a lot to break down tonight. Let's welcome in the star of the show, Ben Skadoob Troupe. Welcome to the studio, sir.
Man, what's up, Jason? Man, Commissioner, how you been, man? I know. Look, you and your wife and your kid, y'all get more freaking flyer miles during the football season than the players. I mean, you like, yeah, we got to come check out them Philadelphia. You check out the Philadelphia Eagles because you root for a real football team, but you are an America's team enthusiast. How does one balance the two? Because when people go, well, how can you? I said, well, look, I root for the Dolphins. But Tua, even though we're gonna get to him, you be like, bro, like you at the game going, you going, okay, they about to beat the brakes off the Raiders. What do you don't do it? Don't throw it to her. Don't throw it. He threw it. He trying to piss me off.
Yeah.
And the sign of a fan is when we say this. When we say these words, I don't even care. Yeah, you do. Because if I got to say it out loud, I care. And Tua, that's a lot of money to look mediocre, man. That's a lot of money to look average, man. And I don't know what was worse this year. Tua's play or his post-game press conferences. What are you talking about? Like, ain't nobody asked you that? Yeah, man, we got people not showing up to meetings on time. We called a players-only meeting and they ain't show up. Yeah, because you called it. It's who called it? Tua. I ain't going that. You ain't coming? No, what he going to do? He going to swing on me? No, it's Tua.
Yeah, let's pay the bills real quick. But I want to correct you on one thing. It ain't average. It's below average for sure. Leading the league with interceptions, bro. You below average right now. If you're watching on YouTube, do us a solid. Give us a like. Throw your comments in there. Subscribe to the channel. Little things stopping you from doing it. Big things popping for us when you do. We appreciate that. If you're going to use some daily fantasy this weekend, use the Fast Draft app. Use the promo code Troupe, and we'll double that deposit up to $50. And of course, if you're looking for some championship bling for your fantasy champion, look no further than Pro-Am belts. All right, let's get things started this evening. Yes, we know Miami lost. Oh, just real quick, because I haven't been on a couple weeks. Funny quick story. We did go see America's Farts go to New York to play the Jets. So we were up in New York, which is a great time to suggest that to anyone. You got to do that once in your lifetime. See it in December, especially around Christmas time. But the funny part was walking up to the stadium, my boy, big Jets fan, was feeling himself and said, it's going to be 28-0 pretty early. So we'll probably go ahead and get an Uber pretty early out of the stadium. So, of course, the entire game, all you can hear from me is, better call the Uber, better call the Uber. And then we saw America's team on Monday night while I was flying back home from Philly. I was just telling Ben, it's all quiet, everybody. And I watched Tua throw the disgusting passes he was throwing. And, of course, you hear me yelling, what the fuck? Which, of course, I had to apologize for. I felt bad. However, anyway, so, yeah, since you start off with that, we'll just talk about that real quick. The benching of Tua is definite. Should have been done, in my estimation. I always say it every time he gets blitzed. Looks like he might as well just lay down because he doesn't know what to do. And, again, leading the league with interceptions is a telltale sign. This benching is Mike McDaniels trying to save what's left of his job. So that's basically what all that amounts to. What you want anything to say about Tua?
I will say this about Tua. Mike McDaniels has aged like 20 years coaching Tua. He's like, dude, because when it was good, Cooper, Jason, it was It was beautiful too. It's like, dude, they could put up 50 a game. Like, are you seeing this offense? And then I don't know what happened. It's almost like Tua drunk some water that he shouldn't have drank or something, or somebody called him Hawaiian. He like, I'm not Hawaiian. I'm just from Hawaii. And he gave like, no, it's cool. Tua, it's cool. And then all of a sudden the bottom fell out. It's like people said, Tua goes, he told his wife, do you think they really think I'm that bad? Yeah, baby. They can see it. Like, we need to think. I have to lie to you because I'm married to you. I can't even tell you what you really want to hear our conversation. When you walk out the door, I go, have a good game. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. I got to kiss you for the game, pray for you during the game. No, I think it was time though. I don't know why. What is this notion of waiting till 3 weeks left in the season? Like, did somebody go, damn, man, now it's time? It wasn't time. It wasn't time a week before that. No, it wasn't. Okay, well, so let me get it straight. No Tyreek Hill. No Jalen Phillips on defense. Nope. No Jalen Ramsey on defense. Nope. No Jonnu Smith, even though his best year ever in his life was when he was wearing a Miami Dolphins uniform. And then it's going to be fine. Yeah, we're going to be good. A-Chain, like, look, dude, I can only do so much. I can't block. I can run it. I can catch it. Tua, it's the most interesting decision in football is going to be who's going to take Tua and that money in the offseason, because Stephen Ross was like, I didn't want to give you what I gave you. And you know what? I know people don't want to say this. Coach Brian Flores don't look as crazy now, do it? So when everything came about Brian Flores, what he was saying to Tua, he shouldn't have said that. He was like, what they got to say now? And I get it. He drafted him. His kids took pictures with him. And he was like, dude, there's something wrong with this dude. Like, there's something wrong with Tua. So I don't know how it's going to end up, but when I saw it, I mean, just imagine Coach Mike McDaniel. They said either Mike is going to be you or Tua. Okay, I tell him that he's gone. He's benched. Okay, because Mike McDaniel had to deliver news. The weirdest coach in football is Mike McDaniel. I don't know what he be talking about in his post game press conference. I'm like, he'll go. That's not even a sentence. Basically, he's saying, I got to coach Tua. Can I get a mulligan? Okay, you get it. You got that's your excuse. Quinn Ewers, come on down, young man. It took you 16 weeks to get here. but you here, and we'll see what happens.
Well, at the end of the day, like you said, when it was good, it was good. When he first got there, everything was good. He built up Tua, had no confidence coming into the league. So, Mike McDaniels did a great job coaching him. And that offense, there was a lot of misdirection. There was a lot. Now, I will give them credit to where they, once Tyreek Hill left, they turned into a running team. So their offense was more predicated on just running the football. And I literally had this conversation in my fantasy league text that someone said, hey, can Miami pull the upset? I said, it's no upset. I was like, they're both about average teams. But I said they've become like a team that can play in December. Defense is playing well. They can run the football. But my last statement was, but if Tua don't fuck it up, and that's exactly what the hell he did.
I knew it was going to be a long game. Look, when players start doing stuff, like why was Dallas out there in the snow? I mean, why was Miami out there in the snow? And man, it's cool. It ain't that cold out here. Let me tell you something. It's cold as hell out here. We can see the smoke coming out y'all mouth. But when you like Matt Holland from New England coming into the stadium, no shirt on, no shoes. What's wrong with you? Like, you're not proving a point. It's cold. I got to do this for 3.5 hours. If you live in Miami, you live in Miami for 3 reasons. Miami is 1. Texas is 2. Right? And it's Miami. Like, you can't go. Problem is, you forget, hey, man, it's snowing in another part of the country for real. Yeah, man, where we going, it's cold. So we're going to get up there, we're going to act like we ain't cold. Man, please. That sideline, if you ain't cold, you ain't got on no sleeves, you ain't all like this, it's cold. Well, ain't nobody tripping. And then, and that's another thing. People like, these hot weather teams can't play in the cold. Okay. Duh. Yeah. Like, I just left 80-degree weather, 75 degrees. The people in Miami don't got big coats. They don't got like a big coat, like a puffy coat. No, I got like a little designer coat to go out, like a real goose, like a goose down. No, We don't do that.
Yeah, we had to buy some big ones when we went up north because we didn't have nothing like that for sure. All right, let's talk about the rest of week 15 with the week on repeat.
And now to football scores with the boys from No Weddings in the Fall with the week on repeat.
All right. Well, let's talk about we can't talk about college because there wasn't nothing going on other than I will just say some of these crappy bowl games, the thing with Notre Dame, I didn't get a chance to talk to you guys last night, but some of these crappy bowl games, why don't they just make playing games or something? Like, hello, like ain't no one cares about the Meineke whatever bowl. No one cares. Nabisco, cracker, this, whatever the hell it is, if they're not playing for anything. So who cares? I know I don't. So whatever. All right. Anyway, that's just my little thing. Let's talk about the NFL. I know I heard you talking to Deb about this one, but let's just bring it up real quick because I heard your answer to my question. So let you say it here. Bills come back. 35-31. We were actually on our way to her nephew's house and we were a little late. So I'm literally watching this in the store while she's getting food. I got my YouTube TV and I'm watching this. I'm like, damn, New England getting in their booty today. But then Josh Allen, man, came back doing his thing. Just like he always does. 35-31. My question to you is, are the Bills back?
I'll say yes. For obviously, you mentioned Josh Allen. You talk about what James Cook does. They're back because of who they did it against. Drake May and company. They came in saying, dude, we ain't lost for 2 games. We already beat them the first time. Drake May had 2 rushing touchdowns. Travion Henderson had 2 rushing touchdowns. The receivers were nowhere to be found. They shut down Diggs, Hollins. They shut down former New England Patriots. Like, if Deion Branch came out there, they would have shut him down. And I think that's the thing that should scare Drake May and company and saying, dude, it's not so much we got beat, but it's how they beat us. We don't got no receivers that scare nobody. Stephon Diggs do not scare nobody. Mac Hollins, he only wears shoes because he's contractually obligated. This boy want to come out there with no shoes on. And my best running back is a rookie. David Portnoy, he's a big time New England Patriots fan. When you got that much money, why are you talking trash to fans? Like, you ain't got nothing else to do. It then got bad. Then, David, listen, I ain't never met you, Dave. I ain't never met you. You standing in front of all the New England Patriot trophies, he talking about what have you won? Nothing, just like you. You haven't won anything because you're standing there. No, you do pizza reviews. That's what you do. Come on. And then, so let me get this straight. When y'all winning 21-0, we own them. The dynasty is back. But when you lose, try to get all empathetic, sympathetic like this. Is that what you guys do? You guys feel good about, sir, you're a millionaire, sir. Yes, we're going to troll you. You start the trolling. So, yeah. I do think the Buffalo is back because they're playing their best football late. They run the football, they throw the football, and I looked on. I went to the store and I got some milk. I saw on the side of the milk carton it was Keon Coleman. Dang, that boy, listen, they on the way he at. Jesus, that boy. He got suspended 2 games in a row and I had like a couple of Keon. They're winning in spite of you. That's a lot of talent to just be going to waste. But hey, man, and congratulations to I think Josh Allen and his wife for expecting their first child and all this, which I don't even. That's how you know you famous, man. When you can't even have your baby in peace. So hey, congratulations to him and the missus. But yeah, I do think the Buffalo Bills are back, and that's not no Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Drake May and company just got beat at home. Watch out for them. Drake May and company, they're still gonna be there, but watch out for the Bills. Watch out for the Bills.
So let's go to the opposite side of the spectrum. The Chargers against the Chiefs, 16-13. you know, and Mahomes with the ACL. And luckily for me, when I went to school for physical therapy, so I knew right away that he tore his ACL. It turns out he tore his ACL and LCL as well. So not we call it the terrible triad when you tear your MCL along with it. So he didn't do that, at least, that's the one that's the biggest recovery. But still 2 ligaments down. Probably won't be seeing him till at least middle of next season. So my question out of that game is, the dynasty done?
Yes, I think the dynasty was done last year in the Super Bowl because Philadelphia showed what the Kansas City Chiefs lack, and that's an offensive line that could protect Patrick Mahomes. And this is when you know the dynasty is done. So Travis Kelce obviously is well documented, arguably the greatest tight end to ever play. He's getting married soon. Him and his brother doing great things. He was on his show with his brother, and he said, "Man, usually I can find the answers. Like during the year, I can find." He said, "I can't find that. It's like nothing's working." And most players in his position, they ain't gonna admit that for the world to hear. He was like, "Bro, I ain't got it." It's almost like you the best player at the YMCA. My crossover will work every time. Then I go up in there one day, it ain't work. Then my jump ain't hitting. I'm like, hey, I gotta either pick another YMCA or retire. You know, so Kansas City had an incredible run from Andy Reid. You start talking about Tyreek Hill. You start talking about Pacheco, Chris Jones, McDuffie. They was doing it. And then Philly looked and said, I don't think they're that good, dude. And then it was so crazy in the Super Bowl last year. They get a break speed off of people like, I think Pat Mahomes and company can come back. And do what? They're not coming back. The refs can't help them come back. So I do think it's over. I think we appreciate what Patrick Mahomes has done. But Patrick Mahomes, the way he plays football, you surprised that it's the first major injury he's had, like the way he plays. But yeah, when I saw his knee, I was like, yeah. Listen, when that knee go a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, just that's it. That's all it takes. And he laid there. But here's the real question: what is Chris Collinsworth going to do now? Like, who is he going to talk about? Like, what is he going to say? They're going to be like, is he going to take a leave of absence? Or he going to say, I'm not coming back till Patrick Mahomes comes back? That's who I love him. I know I got my son that do Sunday Night Football, but I love Patrick Mahomes. I would adopt him right now. So, Chris Collinsworth, I don't know what you're going to do until he comes back. I know what he's going to do. He's going to make a bunch of Patrick Mahomes references that has nothing to do with Patrick Mahomes just to be able to, he got a quote. I got to say his name at least 10 times to broadcast. So,
it's so bad that even my son, we were watching the Chargers Chiefs. Now, I'm in Philly. He's down here in Florida. And we're watching this game. And I hear this man say something. Maybe this was last week. Maybe I'm mixing it up. But all I remember was whoever the hell they was playing, I feel like it was Justin Herbert when I heard this, is that Justin Herbert like jumps forward and throws a pass to throw it away. Like that was what he was doing just so he wouldn't take a sack. And literally, instead of praising Justin Herbert, the first thing he said was, that was very Mahomes-like. And my son texted me immediately. He was like, what? I was like, that's so crazy.
It's crazy.
Like, let him go, bro. Like, damn, he ain't. I mean, Mahomes is great. He's played some great football, but damn, bro. Like, I mean, if anything, talk about brainy or something.
We could be if me and you was on the east side of Chris Collinsworth, we'll just keep looking at him and say, "Dang, man, I mean, I saw a dude driving into the stadium that he drives just like Patrick Mahomes. I mean, and I saw a dude, I mean, he went to he get a haircut and said, what you want? Give me the Patrick Mahomes. You want the mohawk? Yeah. Give me the mohawk in 2025. I want a mohawk. Oh, and the quarterback, Raioli or whatever his name from Nebraska, he's transferring. And people was like, what is he going to do? They say he might try to tear his ACL because he want to do everything like Patrick Mahomes. Like, when you say things like, don't get mad at me because God made me look like Patrick Mahomes, no, God did not. You went to Nebraska, you got your hair cut like that, and you don't have real friends to tell you, do you think it's a flex that you look like Patrick Mahomes? No, the flex is to play like him. You don't play like him. I wear a red sleeve and I got the dad bod, man. It's just, I'm just saying, man. And listen, love your Patrick Mahomes. You ain't done nothing, but two things. Patrick Mahomes is out for the rest of the year, and hopefully his brother don't start doing TikToks again because his brother was tripping. His brother was doing all that dancing, so he was tripping.
For real. All right, let's get now. We sound like Chris Collinsworth. Let's quit talking about them. Let's go to the Rams in Detroit, 41-34. I wasn't surprised at the outcome, nor at the big amount of points that were made. But the question, though, is what has happened to these Detroit Lions? Not to say that this was a condemnation on them, but their record this year, it's just not the Detroit Lions I'm used to seeing. So what do you think? What's going on with the Detroit Lions?
Everybody thought that when you lose coordinators like Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, people saw, oh, man, we still got Dan Campbell. We still got this coach. We still got Amon St. Brown and Aiden Hutchinson and Montgomery, and Gibbs. But it's going to start showing itself as we talk about teams that's good enough to beat you. And here's what really happened to Detroit. They can never get the run game and the pass game on the same level. Sometimes the run game is good. Sometimes the pass game isn't. Sometimes the pass game is good. Sometimes the run game isn't. People have realized, all right, Amon St. Brown, he's a really, really good player. But if Gibbs and Montgomery ain't doing nothing, they're not going to beat you. And I like Jared Goff as a player. I think he's a good player. I think James Williams is a good receiver. But that's a lot of talent to be losing the way they be losing. I mean, you got two running backs. You got two wide receivers. You got nice tight end. You got a premier pass rusher. You got really, really good linebackers. You got a good secondary. And you're not going to beat a good team. You're not going to beat Green Bay. Can't beat Chicago. Now, I mean, Detroit, I'm not saying they're going to get back to the old Detroit days. I'm not beating nobody. But y'all was supposed to be a team that's supposed to be not just be good in the NFC, but potentially be a number 1, number 2 seed. Y'all might not make the playoffs with everything that's going on. It could be, how it is, Commissioner. We're not going to really know what happened to the offseason. They're going to keep it all under wraps. And then somebody going to leak something in the offseason. So I knew that losing both coordinators was going to be tough on Detroit. They're a good squad and you respect them. But if you can't beat the good teams, you just a team. And right now, I mean, they're exciting to watch now. Shamir Gibbs, that boy don't do nothing but score touchdowns until he doesn't. He'll have 3 one game, nothing next game. 3 again, nothing. So Matthew Stafford finally get to know what it's like to beat them, though, because he ain't beat Detroit since he went to L.A. This is his first time beating them. And people always talking about cold weather. I mean, hot weather teams can't win in the cold. Well, West Coast teams, the teams on the East, they can't win when they go out West either. So no one wants to talk about that stat, though.
Mm-hmm. No, you're quite right about that. All right, let's finish up last week with Denver, 34-26 over Green Bay. Good game by both teams, quite frankly. But big question out of that one, is Denver right now the best team in the AFC?
Denver might be the best team in the league. And no one's talking about it, right? Because it's Denver. I will say this. Denver's defense, they get extremely stingy the closer you get to the end zone. They'll let you – Patrick Surtain, he's so good at football, man. He's starting to piss me off because he's that good. That pick he didn't have to jump. He just jumped to show how athletic he is. But I will say this about Denver, man. Everybody want to talk about every quarterback with Bo Nix. They don't want to talk about it. I mean, he had a better rookie season statistically than Jaden Daniels in 2024. No one want to talk about it. This is the same Sean McVay. I mean, same Sean Payton that thought couldn't coach when he had Russell Wilson. But he can't coach. He's over the hill. Give me Bo. Have Bo 2 years back to back. Not only are they winning, they probably gonna host a playoff game. So they probably gonna get the number 1 seed. And I know the Chargers are playing well. They literally the Chargers got Kansas City out of there. Now you got to deal with Denver. They're a dangerous squad, man, because their defense is nasty. Their offense can hurt you, though, with Cortland Sutton and that running game, Bo Nix with his legs. But, yeah, I'm very impressed with Denver. And they ain't lost for 2 games. And when you look up, you're like, wait a minute, Denver 12-2? Yeah, they 12-2. If Kansas City was 12-2 right now, Chris Collinsworth, he be losing his mind.
Oh, be praise up and down. B1 Trucker, by the way, said Bears fitting to smack Green Bay Saturday night.
We'll see. We gonna see if Chicago ready for the big time.
I don't know about smack, but a win is definitely possible. Bears.
I'm just gonna be trying to see. I'm just gonna be trying to see what color Caleb Williams' fingernails gonna be. They're gonna be some type of color. I'm gonna be looking.
What's up, DJ Master? Appreciate you checking in. And if Bears win a playoff game, we overachieve. You also used to you losing. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, listen, I feel you with that. Listen, I'm a Dolphins fan, so trust me, I know how you feel. All right, we're gonna talk about this week's games, but let's first stop. I know you guys talked about it last week. My bad, I missed it. So we'll just gloss over. I just want to hear who you think's going to win this week in the college playoffs. I don't know why it ain't going. Here we go.
Don't worry, Ben. No weddings here. I just want to know what college game to watch this week.
All right, my internet is lagging. My bad. All right, let's talk about the college playoffs this week. Here is the graphic, of course, and we'll start off with the first one, which is on Friday. Number 8 Oklahoma versus number 9 Alabama. Oklahoma 5-2-1 all time. Played back in November. Oklahoma won 23-21. They've won 2 in a row in this series. Who wins it?
Captain DeBoer name has come up with the Michigan vacancy. He's come out and said he want to be an Alabama Crimson Tide. He's not going to Michigan. Well, you better beat Oklahoma. You've lost to Oklahoma 2 years. Here's the thing about Alabama. You've beaten Georgia 2 years in a row. You went 1-1 against Vanderbilt, and you've lost to Oklahoma. It's hard to beat a team twice in one season. It's hard to lose to a team 3 times in a row. And because of these market correction games, I'm going to go with Alabama. Now, Oklahoma will not go quietly now. And I know somewhere, Gerald McCoy and, Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray, these Oklahoma Sooners, or whatever you call them. So I think Alabama wins again. I think it's exciting, but I do think Alabama moves on.
I like it. Let's talk about the real game. Saturday, number 7, Texas A&M against America's College, the University of Miami. Miami's 3-2 all time. Last time they played was in 2023. Miami won 48-33. Who's winning it?
Texas A&M has had an incredible season. Texas A&M lost 1 game, kept them out of the SEC championship game. The thing about Texas A&M, they are always a bridesmaid, never a bride. And I think that continues. I think Miami is a team. I think this is a bad matchup for Texas A&M. They did not want a team like Miami. Miami is pissed. 1, because they didn't get to play for the ACC championship game. And 2, people really think they shouldn't have got in over freaking Notre Dame. They beat them. Shut up, Notre Dame. You got beat. I didn't want to hear that, but we got the Catholic Church. Well, go to church and confess. Tell them you lost, because that's what happened. I think Miami wins this one, Commissioner, for this reason. Texas A&M is good, right? But they knew. Ever seen Texas A&M in this type of situation before? I mean, when you talk about gig them, gig what? No, y'all the other team in Texas. People want to see the Texas Longhorns, not the Texas A&M Aggies. I think Miami, it's not going to be they're not going to pull off the upset. If you in the freaking college football playoff, unless you Tulane and JMU, they could be an upset. But I think Carson Beck and company, them boys out there from Coral Gables, I think they move on.
Trucker said, I can't go for Miami. Y'all don't have no truck parking. That makes sense. I feel you. All right, let's go to the next one. Number 6, Ole Miss versus number 11, Tulane. Ole Miss leads the series 44-28. They played back in December. Ole Miss won 45-10. They won 3 in a row. I mean, this is what I wanted to say too. It's like, yeah, I feel you, Notre Dame. I understand you're upset, but there's no way you should have went ahead against the Hurricanes. But talking earlier about these dumb bowl games that no one cares about, how come he couldn't put Notre Dame against Tulane or James Madison? Like, nobody want to see them. That's just silly. Anyway, who do you think wins? I probably already know.
But yeah, Ole Miss gonna beat the brakes off of Tulane again. I mean, the fact that both head coaches, Coach Summerall, the new head coach of Florida, he is gonna coach in the game, and obviously Lane Kiffin is not gonna coach for Ole Miss. But if Ole Miss wins, he still get whatever bonus he was supposed to get. He's still gonna get. This gonna be much to do about nothing. Tulane, y'all make the college football playoff, and no one's gonna remember it. This is gonna be a beatdown. Ole Miss gonna smack Tulane around. This is not gonna be close. I respect Tulane, but yeah, Ole Miss finally make it to the college football playoff. They get to play Tulane, the Green Wave. Yeah, well, you better bring your surfboards. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna get ugly and stay ugly. Give me the Rebels.
Yeah, they're gonna be waving by real quick. I'd even bring up the number 5 Oregon versus number 12 James Madison game. It is their first ever meeting, so there's nothing really even to talk about. They're gonna get smacked the fuck up. I don't even need to hear it. It's just silly that they even do this stuff. But this goes back to, hey, I know I'm glad they put in a playoff, but they need to work on some things. Like this right here is silly. The Tulane is silly. Like, put those teams in. I know they may not have won their conference, whatever, but they're just better, and we all know it. So why are these other teams in here? It makes no damn sense. All right, let's get on to NFL Week 16.
You all are terrible. Even the boys from No Weddings in the Fall didn't pick you to win.
All righty. Well, we got games on Saturday night, as the trucker had mentioned here earlier. You too, DJ. Appreciate you checking in with us tonight. Green Bay at Chicago. Green Bay leads this series 109-96-6. They played just a couple weeks ago. Green Bay 28-21. Did I write that down? I thought Chicago won that. Maybe I wrote that down wrong. But who cares? Who do you think wins this game?
I'm going to go with Green Bay. I mean, Chicago is one of those teams. They've had a really, really good year. Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson experiment seems to be working. But Green Bay has dominated Chicago as of late. Like I said, when I was talking to Dad, whether it's Brett Favre, whether it was Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love, they found a way to get a big win against Chicago. Chicago is a better team this year. Chicago is playing much better. But Green Bay is like, you got to prove it to us. I don't care what y'all done when y'all not playing us. What you do when you play us, I'm going to go with Green Bay, even though Caleb Williams and company will make it interesting.
Yeah, I mean, with no Micah, and no pass rush, to me, I'm going to go Chicago, because I just feel like the way Caleb Williams been playing this year, we just saw Bo Nix light them up once Micah went out. But he was doing pretty well. I think Chicago, especially at home, if this is in Green Bay, it might be a different story, but I think they got the recipe right now to beat the Bears. B1 Trucker agrees. He says, man down or bear down. He also wanted to tell you, man, whatever. All right, let's go to the next one. The Chargers at the Cowboys. Cowboys lead the series 8-5. Played last year, actually, or I'm sorry, in 2023. My fault. Dallas won 20-17. They've won 2 in a row in this series. Who do you think wins this one?
I got the Chargers. The Chargers are trending in the right direction, and Dallas is doing what Dallas always does. They're going to set you up to let you down. George Pickens, one of the best stories in the NFL. People go, why did they sign a one-year deal instead of giving him a multi-year deal? Because when he wants to play, he's one of the best receivers and players in the league. But when he don't want to play, you like, dude, what are you doing? This is about consistency versus inconsistency. And Coach Harbaugh, say what you want about it, man. This is his second year. This is his second year with the Chargers. I mean, obviously, he's back in the NFL. They play hard-nosed football. Derwin James and Keenan Allen, right? And Justin Herbert and company, they saying, look, we're not finna lose today. The same way they're not going to lose to Dallas is the reason why Dallas shouldn't have lost to Minnesota. You lost to Minnesota. Come on. J.J. McCartney out there doing the freaking gritty on y'all. That's embarrassing. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Chargers. They understand that they're going to be a wild card team, but they want to be playing really, really good football going into the playoffs. Give me the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm going to go Chargers too. Just a better defense overall. And you hit that right on the head with George Pickens. I mean, I was hearing someone today mention that Dak, I don't know if it was this game or the game previous, had noticed in George Pickens' eyes that he just wasn't into the game. And I'm like, what? Like, wait a minute, what? And a lot of the routes that he ran last week, because they mentioned it, and I just went back and watched it because I was curious. He was jogging a lot. Like, it's just like, bro, like, and you're 100%. Like, in anything, you have to be consistent if you want to be great. So, I guess, I don't know. I guess he don't care. But whatever, you gotta you gotta figure out what you're gonna do next season. So if this isn't doing it for you, maybe because you went out of the playoffs, I'm not sure what it is, but you better tighten up, bro. Especially I got you on fantasy, so I need you this week. All right, let's go to the next one. The Jags at the Broncos. Broncos lead this series 8-7. Last time they played was in 2022. The Broncos won 21-17. They've won 2 in a row and 4 out of the last 5. Who do you think wins this one?
If Trevor Lawrence played like he did on Sunday, that man had 5 touchdown passes and 1 rushing TD counted for 6 touchdowns. Problem is he got to go to the cold. So here we come, another Florida team, a hot weather team. You go into Denver. Not only is Denver cold, you can't breathe. They could be like, dude, what's up? It's called Mile High for a reason. So I like this Jags team, and they doing what they're doing without Travis Hunter. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is playing really, really efficient football. But you finna meet the best team in the AFC, arguably the best team in the league. Whoever Patrick Surtain is on, he's taking them away. They're not even on the field. So you're going to have to go to your second. So Brian Thomas Jr., sorry, young man, you ain't going to get nothing. So they're going to have to go to Parker Washington and the second and third read. I think Jacksonville got a good team. Problem is Denver is a better team. I'm going to go with the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, if this was in Jacksonville, I might be leaning toward the Jags the way they've been playing, but as we've been saying, Broncos been playing lights out too. So I'm excited for this game. Although the one little caveat I will say, as in Denver on Sunday, it's supposed to be only 58 and partly cloudy, so it just might be nice. It might be nice weather for this game. So yeah, but still, even on a neutral field, I'm still going to lean Broncos, really, quite frankly, because they, like you said, they're just a better team overall. Anyway, all right, let's get to the next one. The Steelers visit the Detroit Lions. Steelers lead this series 17-14-2. Last time they played was in 2021, and they tied 16-16. Pittsburgh's actually before that won 6 in a row and 10 out of the last 11. The Steelers have been dominating the Lions. Who do you think wins this one?
Yeah, the Steelers have been dominating the Lions, but this ain't your old line. I think the Lions understand that we got to get back to their winning way to start building some confidence. I like the Lions in this matchup. I mean, DK Metcalf, yeah, he's playing better as of late. Darnell Washington leads all tight ends over Jonnu Smith and freaking catches over him and Pat Frymuth. Aaron Rodgers looks really, really good, and sometimes he looks as a he gonna look at the Aiden Hutchinson, gonna give him nightmares. I think Detroit with Montgomery, with Gibbs, with Amon St. Brown, with Williams. You talk about that defense led by Aiden Hutchinson. I think Detroit gets back to their winning ways. Give me Detroit.
Yeah, I like the Lions too. I just don't think the Steelers are going to be able to keep up with their offense, quite frankly. Lions D, a little suspect this year. So, it depends. If we see the good Aaron Rodgers, we might see a cool shootout on this one. Even if that's the case, I still think Detroit just got more weapons, and they'll definitely take care of business. All right, let's go to New England at the Baltimore Ravens. New England leads the series 11-5. They played last in 2022, and Baltimore won 37-26. I asked if the Bills were back. The question in this game, are the Ravens back? Who do you think wins?
I think the Ravens do get this win. I mean, obviously when you talk about Stephon Diggs after the game, we'll say he kind of happy that they lost the game because they haven't lost in a while. The Ravens are gonna win this game because they got to win this game. I mean, right now that NFC North, the AFC North, it is crazy too. We talk about Pittsburgh, and obviously we talk about Pittsburgh and the Ravens, not the Browns and the Bengals. Good Lord! But I'm just saying, when you start talking about what this Ravens team can do, run the football. With Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, let him do what he go out there and do. Unleash that defense. Make Drake May look like a second-year guy. Like force him away from his help. You got to shut down Stephon Diggs. This is what you got to do. They got to stop Tre'Davion Henderson. You gotta make Stephon Diggs worry more about Cardi B and his babies than the game. And Mac Hollins gonna come in wearing no shoes. I don't understand the whole no shoes thing. That's his thing. He's been doing that since he played for the Falcons and the Bills. But yeah, I think the Ravens get this game. And if you are Mike Vrabel, are you saying, dude, we went from the best record second best record in the AFC, kind of running this thing, to now we're gonna be scratching the claw to maybe come a second in this division behind Buffalo? But I got Baltimore winning it because they got to win to keep pace in that division.
I can't say this as a fact, but I believe we drafted Matt Collins, and I know he was on the Dolphins for quite a while. So that might have been where the no shoes came from, quite frankly. That's what I keep thinking every time I see him. Like, bro, you ain't in Florida no more, bro. I like the Ravens in this one. I think they're starting to get that playoff push to them, where the Patriots are kind of still a little young, believe it or not, crazy enough to say. And, you got to learn how to win in cold weather and win these games when they matter the most. So I'm going to go Baltimore. They're used to doing it. So is Lamar. DJ, we appreciate you joining us as always. I'm glad you keep coming back to watch. Think we're funny. I got something real funny for you real quick. If you say the term rise up lights, it sounds like you're saying razor blades with an Australian accent. Just say it, rise up lights.
Rise up lights. That is crazy.
That was something a whole old Marine buddy of mine used to tell me all the time. So, yeah, it was really funny. One of those drinking things. I never forgot it. All right, don't forget this Friday, we are going to be breaking down the rest of the week for fantasy, and we're going to get you ready for your playoff push here for, hopefully you're still in it anyway. And of course, I had to put Jim Mora all blinged out and pimped out because he said playoffs. So don't forget, Friday night at 9 p.m., we're going to break things down for you. And then Sunday morning, wake up with us at 8 a.m. We're going to get you started with the NFL and we got betting advice. We got Fantasy Jesus. We got DFS lineups. We got all kind of great stuff for you. So wake up with us on Sunday morning and we'll get you started for week 16. All right, I'm out for the night, but we'll close tonight with our boy Ben's Skadoop of the Week.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready for Ben Troupe's Skadoop of the Week.
What up, my good people? I am Ben Troupe. Always a pleasure being on with the commission. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. But I just want to get something off my mind really, really quickly. The whole Tua situation is very, very funny for a lot of reasons. Number one, Tua, I think he's played his last down of football as the Miami Dolphin. If he hasn't played his last down of football, period. The fact that Tua Tagovailoa coming out of college had a dislocated hip. He dislocated his hip. And he got drafted. Brian Flores drafted him. Brian Flores is no longer the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, and he was saying things about Tua. Everybody jumped on Brian Flores because Tua looked good for a couple of seasons. Here's the thing: Tua Tagovailoa, his career was going to come to an end for two reasons: either concussions or play on the field. It's actually going to be play on the field because he's owed a lot of money, $96 million guaranteed in 2026 to be exact. And the play just ain't there. Tua, I'm rooting for you, young man. I don't know how you're going to find a way to get your money, but the commissioner told me to tell you to get the hell out. I am being true. This is no weddings in the fall, and we out of here.